broadcasting, and I'll hit record button.
I'll sprinkle the holy hint water.
Holy hint water. Oh, Lord, bless this, thy holy hint water. All right. Hey, thank you for watching. I assume that everything's working. We're running a little shy on equipment. I had a computer malfunction earlier this week, and the machine that normally runs all our sound clips is in the shop. So I'm piecing things together.
The
as
proverbial
best
shop,
I can.
that is.
I was going to, I just didn't have a chance to load up the replacement machine with all the necessary accoutrements to get this show going. So we might be a sound effect.
I think you say that accoutrement.
We're going to be, as Technorama goes, this is actually pretty normal, but we're a couple sound clips shy of a full podcast.
I like your euphemism.
Uh-huh. Yep. French fries, Happy Meals. You make up your own. So thank you for joining us live. If you are watching live on Facebook or YouTube, we appreciate that very much. I'm not even sure if it's broadcasting. I know I'm sending bits out somewhere, but
it is.
Okay,
I
good.
see it. I just shared it.
Yes, thank you.
So we're good.
You can keep an eye on the live chat too. We'll get started in just a moment. I need to make sure that some things, I don't even know why I have that audio way up. Let's just make sure this isn't too loud. Okay, back it down just a little bit.
Yeah, let back off.
Jeez Louise, that's like 30% right there. How much do we have to back this thing off? Let's check this one. Okay, and then I'll go down there. Okay, so that one needs to start high. I'm literally driving these with different QuickTime clips where I would normally just hit a button on an iPad and then adjust the volume on the mixer. So this is, I feel like this is throwback to 2005. Okay, I'm gonna do
please no.
Yeah.
Actually, I listened to one of our older episodes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun, but
at
least for me, I'm sure somebody it wouldn't be.
And then we've got a geek library. Okay, that can stay up because that stays
John
there.
Miller Jr. said you should have used Linux.
I'm not sure how that would have helped tonight.
Oh, your computer.
Yeah, and I should have had a beer too, but what's your point? Okay, and we got a promo and an ID. Close enough. You know what? We're not building a church here tonight. Episode 619 is going to be a little rough around the corners, but hey, who isn't? I'm also doing all the video changing these days, but I'm going to try something new. While we were gone, we also upgraded Wirecast.
That's right.
We lost a machine. What else? There's been a number of things that have been happening. I've torn out half of the studio.
That's par for the course for 2020, right?
We're rolling the dice tonight. This is going to be an interesting one. So we wish you all the best if you are watching this live. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, if you're in the United States and enjoying the holiday. I found out I have Wednesday off, so I may be doing more studio work.
You do?
In one way, shape, or form. And I'll
do we
find
both
out.
Have Wednesday off or just you?
I know that the marketing department does. You can check with some people have the whole week off. I think it was not the product.
I can't
team,
check with my boss. He's out on paternity leave.
He had a baby.
I guess I make my own rules, right?
That's right. You work from home. I mean, what does actually mean? I know I'm going to pick up that laptop and do something work related during the day, every day of the 5 days I'm off. So, all right, let's begin.
I would argue that you're off every day, but you know,
the beans are off. Okay. Spam, 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 baked beans, spam, spam, and spam. Okay, let's begin with check, check, check. Make sure the audio levels are going. Give me a quick audio check, Greg.
Check, check, check. Hello, Mike Robinson. I keep wanting to put an N in there.
I don't have any water, but we'll fight through this tonight. I'm a little fatigued because T and I did about 4.5 hours of live streaming and recording Podcasting for Dummies, 4 episodes of the companion podcast over on his Twitch channel today. So it's been a
4.5.
4.5 hours.
Did you play any games or y'all just talk?
We did podcasting for dummies. We talked
Okay.
and we addressed the people in the live chat, and it was a good old time.
Well, T is not short on words, so 4 hours could go pretty easy talking.
I made a similar comment about that.
Hey, all the love for him, but yeah, he can talk.
If you're out there watching T, I owe you a couple for today's commentary. He wants a soundbite of "Suck it, Tomasi."
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and I get to edit up all 4.5 hours of that stuff. So good stuff.
True.
Good stuff. All right, then let us begin with episode 619. I need to mentally clear my brain and understand what buttons I'm going to push at this point, because this is normally pushing buttons and now it's who knows what it is. Okay, we're going to start with the main theme and go from there. I quite literally have to, outline this in my head, what's going to happen before it happens.
All right.
Okay, so let's take off the pre-show and we will... Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Oh, this is going to be really annoying tonight.
Just
No.
roll with it. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, you might hear that bell a number of times because I'm going to push something on the Stream Deck and Stream Deck's going to go, but you have Google Chrome in the foreground right now. I can't do what you want to do to switch cameras and whatnot. So let me turn the title off. I'm just going to have to remember to press my Wirecast button a lot before I press anything else on the keyboard. It's going to be like a shift key. Then let us go, hitting record in 5, 4, 3. Technorama episode 619, Cyber Turkeys. Hello and welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening or watching Technorama, thank you very much for joining us. My name is and if you're a returning listener, viewer, thank you. Also, we appreciate all kinds, the first-timers and the long-timers and the addicts and the crackheads and you're all...
Hey, if they keep coming back, is that definition of insanity? They just keep coming back looking for another result and they're not getting
it? Right. If you keep listening to Technorama and expecting something different, that's the definition of insanity. 4 out of 5 people admit they wet their pants listening to Technorama. The 5th person just won't admit it.
That's only because we've been sitting here for so long. Oh, it's not us.
No.
Yeah. Been sitting here for so long.
I'm Chuck Tomasi, and that other voice you hear is the wonderful Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing well. Had a long weekend. That's been good, though.
Excellent. Yeah. I know that the viewers have already heard this because we roll the cameras before we start the recording. But if there's a few things that just don't go quite right in this show, we're missing a machine. So I've got a little bit different setup tonight, and it could be interesting. But we'll get
instead
through
of
this.
apologizing for that, why don't we do it like this? Hey, if you notice something that's not in our regular show, it's like that looking at that picture and you try to pick out the 10 things that aren't right, compare.
You sound like the highlights magazine. Find the banana in the tree.
Actually, you know what? A long time ago, I won a contest and I won like $20 it was to find all the things that were that were wrong from one picture to the next.
Yeah.
I won $20 and you know what I bought with it?
Another magazine.
Yeah. I'm gonna double up or no, no, what I did was, I bought the snowspeeder, the Star Wars snowspeeder, back in the day, but
all right,
that's what I was thinking of. All right. So find the things that aren't right in this show and let us know, because
compared to the last show.
Well, because it's almost over and I know
what?
we've been busy, but it is International Technorama Voicemail Month.
Okay. Yes, it is International Technorama Voicemail Month. I like how we capitalized on the entire globe on that.
Yeah, why not? Podcasting's worldwide.
That it is. Let us get on with, what are we doing? Feedback?
Yes.
Do I have my voicemail music here? Probably not. What do we normally play? We don't, so let's just keep going. Okay, we asked you last week. I'm sorry. Without the soundboard, it's really hard to do this. We asked you last time, I'm not even going to say last week, because we were off for a couple of weeks. By the way, everything is cool. Everything's all right. No need to panic. Craig and I are both back in full capacity. Our question last time was, if you had a chance to broadcast one song to all 7.8 billion people on this planet, what song would you choose? And I'm going to read my answers. If you take the Technorama answers, I would appreciate it. So I'm not going to go through all of them. But Tiffany says, "What a Wonderful World." Oh, I love that song. I see hills of green.
Just hearing it makes strains my voice.
All right. Where is the Love by Black Eyed Peas? Says Mike Wells. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. We've got Imagine by John Lennon. Oh, very good choice. Very good choice. Rick Stringer said that one in. Forever Young by Bob Dylan, says Scott. Weber says, "Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me." You know, I like the way that people are starting this out. They're not going with, it's the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? In all fairness, you could get away with that one this year.
I like to say that our circle of friends on Technorama and Facebook in general are good-hearted people. The Curtly says, "Hey Jude" by the Beatles, which is another good one. Give Peace a Chance. Tiffany comes back with another one. Let's see. I'm going down, see if we got some other good one. Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone. Nice. Okay, here's one that's nefarious. Joel says, "Baby Shark, 'cause I'm a meanie."
Oh.
And he got a couple of happy faces on that one.
How about the Badger song while you're at it?
Let's see.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom.
Brian said Fraggle Rock.
Yes.
Okay. Cat Stevens' Wild World by Deirdre. Let's see. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. That's from Mike Smith. Grandpa Choco, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I'm not sure why, but I like it.
Why not? Hey, why not? Take one down and pass it around, right?
Marty says, "I want to live in a dream. I want to live in a dream" by Oasis. Okay. My sister says, "Let It Be" by the Beatles. All right. That's the highlights of that list. What do you got in your pick list?
I didn't actually reshare it because I was busy away from the internet.
No, you
today.
you get the Technorama ones.
Yeah, so the Technorama ones. Alexis Duran says, "What do you mean if I could? How do you think Despacio got so many hits?"
Okay.
All right. Jack Mangan says, "Eat it." From Weird Al.
There's enough. Jack is so
And
negative.
there's the money shot right there. John Millen Jr. said, "The Thong Song by Cisco, the season finale of Legends of Tomorrow, got me hooked."
Nobody wanted "Baby Got Back" by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
The song. Oh, here you go.
CJ,
our friend CJ said the song that Bill and Ted played that brought peace and unity to the world.
What was the Bill and Ted song that brought
you? Didn't see Bill and Ted 3?
No.
Where they finally played the song that they were supposed to play all this time, right? Right? Oh my gosh! You need to go.
Pardon me if I haven't had a chance to watch Bill and Ted.
No. Sweet Steve says the final countdown. There's your 2020.
There's your 2020 theme.
So what song would you pick, Mr. Karaoke?
I would pick a song. I would sing a song to all 7.8 billion people in the world.
All right. I would in reverb.
Imagine there's no heaven. I like Imagine by John Lennon. That would probably be one of my top picks. Or I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Okay.
I don't know. You know what came to mind for me was Peace Train from Cat Stevens.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know why that popped in my head. I like the song.
Alrighty.
So there you go.
Well, nobody picked Fat Bottom Girls by Queen.
That was my second choice.
That was my closer on Saturday Night Karaoke.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I
I
missed
sang
it.
that
I'm
last
sorry.
night. Yeah, that was fun. Donna thought my parents might get offended. I was like, what?
You didn't write the
I
song.
didn't write the song. Well, anyway, thank you very much for all of your questions. Did I turn the reverb all the way down? I thought I still heard a little bit of tweak. All right, it's gone. That is it for the feedback. Let's get into history, shall we? Oh boy, we're going to try and do this in 3 minutes and 21 seconds because it wasn't a very eventful day in history for us.
Wow.
Let's rewind it.
And you're going to jump right into the music?
That was from our preview earlier. On this day in history for November 25th, 2020. This is the 330th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 36 days remaining in 2020. It was on this date in 1915 that Albert Einstein presented the field equations of general relativity to the Prussian Academy of Sciences. E equals mc squared. I'm not sure what that was going on.
36 years ago today, 36 top musicians gathered in a Notting Hill studio and recorded Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas in order to raise money for the famine relief in Ethiopia.
I remember that. Oh man, we're feeling old now.
I know, I hear it all the time. They always play it each year.
Well, that's because it's a Christmas song, knucklehead.
Oh, that's why I'm hearing it in July. I got it.
No, you really need to change your Spotify station once in a while, Greg.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Every time I'm on Spotify, they're playing Christmas music. What's up?
I know.
Happy birthday goes out on this date to French astronomer and botanist Jean-François Séguier, born on this date in 1703.
And Julius Robert von Mayer, the German physician and physicist, was born 206 years ago today.
Mayer or Meyer? Because it's spelled the same way as Oscar Mayer. Oscarmayer.
All right, Meyer. Whatever.
Ernst Schröder, the German mathematician and academic, was born on the same date in 1841.
And also born on that same date in 1944, American actor, television personality, game show host, lawyer, and author, Ben Stein.
Did you know he was a lawyer?
I didn't know the lawyer part,
I
but I know
either.
I know he wrote speeches and all kinds of stuff.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
that guy's his closing statements?
Well, let me
What
tell
we
you.
have is a case against civilization.
Juror.
Juror. Witness. Juror 12 fell asleep. No, he's been dead for 3 days.
Yeah.
Also turning 73 on this day is American actor John Larroquette. Night Court.
And also, Night Court. Yeah, speaking of court, also born on the same date in 1960, American singer-songwriter Amy Grant.
Did you know she was born on the same day as John F. Kennedy Jr.? Same day, same year.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, look at that. Born November 25th, 1960, American lawyer, journalist, and publisher John F. Kennedy Jr. How about that? Listener
I know that now.
Listener birthdays included in the last 30 seconds. November 25th, Lane Williams. November 26th, Joni. Brad P. from NJ is on the 27th. Ben Sweetser, coworker and longtime listener, is on the 28th. And Claudia Miranda, also a longtime listener, on December 1st. That's the way it was on this day in history for November 25th, 2020. Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
I sound surprised. If you want to be on the birthday calendar, this part I can do. Let's see if we can do that. If you want to be on the birthday calendar, contact us, Patreon Live Birthday. There it is. I'm doing the titles. I don't remember what order they go in. You can go over to chuckchat.com/wiki or chuckchat.com/birthday. Get your name on there, and we will give you a shout out at the appropriate time of year. And if it is your birthday and we didn't call you out this time for November 25th through December 2nd, happy birthday to you. Very much appreciate it that we have so many wonderful listeners to help us get through these crazy times. And we hope that we're at least a little mildly entertaining, if not a little off our game tonight. But let's continue on with the news. I think I got a news. I did not get a news.
Oh. Good news, everyone.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I didn't line up a clip for that. Yeah. Good news, crybabies. Okay. Shh. You got to do the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's continue on as if nothing really happened there.
Yeah.
A Swiss city, this is from BBC now. A Swiss city bans noisy, silent discos. There's a headline that'll grab your attention that says Technorama, right?
Right.
It says event organizers had hoped to hold 2 silent discos where music is relayed to headphones worn by participants rather than played on loudspeakers. On rooftop terraces in the Flan area of the city. You know what? Real quick, I need to change glasses. Those are not my studio glasses, and it's painful to do that.
Your stunt glasses are now on.
These are the ones that perfect focal distance for this lens. The local news website reports, however, after taking on board complaints from residents following earlier silent discos, Lausanne's business regulation department turned down the application for the parties, which would have let revelers dance in silence until 5 o'clock in the morning. It can't be true. Speaking to the Swiss 20 Minutes news website, Olivier Malin, director of the Four Noise Festival, which had previously held silent discos in Lausanne, said, "Given our experience in the neighboring district of Pulley, we could have tried at least one test in the center of Lausanne and then make an assessment. But no."
That was a direct quote, by the way.
That's what it said. Unfortunately for the organizers, it appears that officials listened to the complaints of locals who said the events are not as silent as advertised. People, because they have their headphones on, they're going, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah. Yes, exactly. At first you go, "Hey, you know what? This is kind of a good idea." Then you start thinking about everybody's clanking glasses, and you can, or whatever. You can
lots of shuffling feet.
Yeah. Shuffling feet. Yeah. A lot of shuffling feet and people yelling at each other.
Let's see. They were not as silent as advertised. A concern aired by the Austrian city of Salzburg in 2014. Florence Nicolier, head of the department responsible for issuing licenses in Lausanne, told 20 Minutes that during silent discos, the noise caused by the clientele is not negligible. The problem, the local says, is that the participants can't help singing along to the music. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Roxanne!
I hope they didn't use noise canceling headphones.
The department's decision on singing partygoers is final and can't be appealed. Oh, just put a sign up that says no singing.
That's funny.
Oh, that is funny. They can't help but singing. Do you think that? I'm trying to imagine if I were in that situation. Would you end up singing?
Maybe a little. I don't know. When I have music on in the car.
Imagine.
Sing,
take it to.
I don't necessarily sing with headphones on though.
With a lot of people all gathered around, you might be tempted to do it, especially if it was a sing-along song like, we will rock you, right? Or, you gotta fight for your right to party. And everybody's shouting at the top of their lungs.
Right.
Even though nobody can hear them except the neighbors going, this sounds really terrible without music.
Right.
Oh, that poor Swiss city. It's tempting to do that with just as an experiment to see, what would people sing along with, and make a video of that where you couldn't hear the music and just see people dancing around.
You
singing.
ever seen that? Well, not necessarily the singing part, but you ever watched the Improv Anywhere?
No.
Or Everywhere YouTube channel? They set up not necessarily pranks. I was going to say pranks, but that's not right. They set up situations, and they had people gather pre-COVID, gather at a park, and they all had headphones on, and they were all supposed to play an MP3 at a specific time. And when they did, everybody's doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole gathering. It was kind of the same sort of thing where it was quiet, from the outside, you just hear people going, moving around or see them moving around.
Doing the Thriller dance.
Doing the Thriller dance. But then they would cut to the audio and you can hear what they were doing. So it's kind of neat. Or what they're hearing, I should say.
I'm really tempted to go to a silent disco. But we should try that
after COVID.
On the next Star Trek cruise. They should do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. It'd be easier to order a drink.
You'd think.
I went to the costume party and I remember it being so loud. I was yelling at the guy, trying to order a drink, You know
what they said is a good way to, even if you go to a restaurant these days and even if you're eating outdoors, tell them to turn the music down because the louder the music, the louder you have to talk and the more spray comes out of your mouth when you talk louder. It's true.
Well, of course that's true.
Never thought of that.
Absolutely that's true.
So
I can't, even in the best of times, I can't stand it when I go to a restaurant with 3-4 people and I'm going to talk, or we're going to talk to each other. And then the music's so loud, I'm sitting there yelling.
It gets louder.
And then we're across the table.
Yeah. It gets louder as the night goes on too. It's like they keep boosting it up. It's like, who asked for this? We're having a dinner for God's sake. It's not a dance club.
I went into here in my town, into Jimmy John's to order some sandwiches for Kim and myself. And this is a long time ago. And I remember walking in, it was so freaking loud. I mean, it was like obnoxiously loud. It was, I think they were acting like there wasn't any, maybe there weren't any customers in there at the moment and they cranked it up, just doing their work because it was ungodly loud. I was like, I hope somebody doesn't have a hearing problem because this is ridiculous.
You know what you got to do? You got to walk up to the counter and go like this. Let's see if we can do this.
Move your lips.
You go. I'd like to order a sandwich. I'd like. I want a big veto. A big veto.
Yeah.
I like a big veto. No tomato. It's a and then
all right.
A bag of chips.
We get it. We get it.
Let's see what you get.
Yeah. Mystery meat sandwich is what you get.
No. I asked for a big veto with no tomato.
I'd like to return the sandwich.
I asked for the salt and vinegar.
All right.
Salt and vinegar.
All right, moving on. Moving on. All right. Scientists create diamonds at room temperature in minutes.
A diamond in the rough.
That's right. So diamonds might be forever, but this doesn't mean that it can't take eons to form. The gemstones are usually created after carbon is crushed and heated far beneath the Earth's surface over billions of years. Or we've heard of other planets where it rains diamonds, but I'm sure it has to do a lot of pressure and stuff like that. But anyway, after all this time and all this pressure, that's what makes them so coveted. Well, now scientists in Australia say that they have sped up the process into just a matter of minutes and at room temperature. I don't know why when I read this, I kept thinking of superconductors because there was
fusion.
Trying to,
trying
to make that a room temperature. Anyway, so an international team of researchers led by Australian National University and RMIT University in Melbourne, Australia.
Wait. Team of researchers led by Australian National University. Would the student body of that, the Australian National University students, I'm sorry.
What?
The acronym, buddy. The acronym.
Oh.
Australian National University.
Oh, never mind. No, move on. I got it now.
Resist. Sorry.
Anyway, so they said Wednesday that they have created 2 types of diamonds at room temperature by using high pressure equivalent of to 640 African elephants balancing on a tip of a ballet shoe.
Okay, now I've got like Fantasia in my mind.
You're all dancing around and they end up on a point. So the researchers said they were able to create 2 types of structurally distinct diamonds.
Yes.
One similar to
Go ahead.
Oh, one similar to those typical worn in jewelry, and the other type called lenzendalite, which is found naturally at the site of meteor impacts and is harder than most diamonds. Synthetic diamonds are not themselves new. They have already been created in labs since 1940s in a bid to find cheaper, ethical, and environmentally friendly stones. But researchers were excited to create such diamonds at room temperature, especially the harder lensonidite, lonsdaleite. That's right, lonsdaleite.
Lonsdaleite.
Yeah, lonsdaleite. That's what I said. So diamonds, which which has the potential to be used to cut through ultra solid materials on mining sites. And that's
Nice.
pretty cool because you think I know
Well-
they use obviously diamonds for mining. So
Yes.
yeah, so creating more of this rare but super useful diamond is a long-term aim of this work, said Xingxiao Huang at ANU Scholar.
Okay. Do me a favor, real quick. Are you looking at the Facebook feed? Look at the Facebook video feed. You need to move your head a little to the left. You're the right. To the right. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
To your right. There.
Is that better?
Yes.
Huh. That's funny because my camera's not in line with the monitor, but okay.
Okay. Well, the other thing is I've got a picture-in-picture up by your head, and it was like half covering your face. That's the other new effect we're trying tonight.
The other effect.
Covering up your face.
So anyway, this is pretty promising.
Now,
and
you just
pretty
leaned
cool.
into the picture again. Stop leaning to your left.
Why? I like that.
Yeah, thanks, Larry King.
How about this? Is that better?
I'll just turn your camera off.
Yeah. Anyway, the diamonds look pretty cool. I think it's interesting. I wonder how they. I'd like to see them how they do the pressure on such a small point, but they're able to make it in minutes. So.
Yeah,
cool.
you could have it. It's like lens crafters. We'll get you your engagement ring in an hour.
Yeah, come back in an hour. We'll have you all set. Mike Robinson says you should do a silent disco playing Rick Astley and do a live action Rick roll. Play a couple tunes and then switch over to Rick Astley. Yeah,
that would work.
Amy, I'm going backwards a little bit. Amy Bowen says, yes, I participated in the night she did in the MP3 experiment in LA with the Improv Anywhere in 2010 and 2011, inspired by the Improv Anywhere. It was awesome. Participating in a real one in New York City is on my bucket list.
Neat. Thank you.
Yeah, post-COVID or herd immunity. There we go. I added that part.
All right, we have one more story for you, if you can believe that. Let's get this going again. I want to see if this works. A team of 4 astronauts blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida, inside a SpaceX Crew Dragon this past weekend. We all remember that. I was sitting in the... Actually, that was a while ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? Or was that just last week?
Just the other day. Just a few days ago.
Sunday night.
Yeah, this story is from the 20th, so it just happened.
That's a long week. Holy smokes!
It's been a long month this week.
I guess. Okay, because I remember
they sent
watching
4 guys this time. Remember before they sent 2.
Yeah, and that was
they were up there for a few months, and that was early in the summer.
Test flight. So, well, the team successfully reached the International Space Station just 27 hours later. That's a long flight. That's longer than flying LA to Sydney. Sunday night's launch was a historic moment. It was the first operational crew change mission to deliver astronauts to the space station from American soil since the retirement of the space shuttle program in 2011. Oh, it seems like just moments ago that we did that on Technorama, doesn't it? Well,
yeah.
Let's see. Now I got to keep my head this way so I don't get in the picture. There we go. It was a smooth ride, as Japanese Aerospace Agency JAXA astronaut Soichi Noguchi explained during a press conference from aboard the space station. The Dragon is the best. Short answer, he said. Comparing the experience with the riding NASA space shuttle and Russian Soyuz spacecraft, Dragon really wanted to go to space, he added.
That's a plus, I would say.
Riding the Dragon, Noguchi became only the 3rd person to ride all 3 spacecraft, as the Associated Press reports. This feels like you are actually inside a Dragon, bringing us up to space. So that was quite a feeling, said Jeff. How does he know what it actually feels like to be inside a dragon? That's not something someone can make a comparison with.
Who knows?
During the same press event, first-time astronaut Victor Glover, the Crew Dragon's pilot, let's try that, described the extended feeling of 4 Gs. That's 4 times the force per unit of mass due to the Earth's gravity. It's truly amazing. I've seen tons of pictures, Glover said, but when I first looked out the window at Earth, it's hard to describe. There's no words, ... It's an amazing, once-in-a-lifetime feeling.
Well, there was about 7 or 8 words there, or maybe about 10.
No words to describe it, but we'll do our best to describe it.
That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, I remember when the first 2 guys went up on it, and they said it was a lot smoother than on the shuttle when they both flew on the shuttle before.
All right, should we
So
attempt
this is interesting to hear somebody else's feedback from not only the shuttle, but the Soyuz as well.
Should we attempt to do a break?
I don't know. You just want to roll through it?
We're going to roll through it. Okay, hang on. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with a couple more segments in our show.
That's not rolling.
That muted it too much.
This is Ronald D. Moore from Battlestar Galactica, and you're listening to Technorama.
Take a fact-based journey through the cosmos with Astronomy Cast. Join me, Dr. Pamela Gay, and my co-host Fraser Kane, publisher of Universe Today, as we discuss not just what we know, but how we know it. Topics range from dark matter to why Pluto isn't a planet. Get your episodes today at astronomycast.com or look for us in iTunes.
Holy crap, that's hard to do.
I'll say, yeah, I think you were pushing a lot of buttons there.
There's like 5 times more things to push than I used to. This is just the wrong workflow. I mean, if I'd been doing it this way for the last 10 years, it'd be all right. But no, everything's in the wrong place, and I'm doing it on manual.
You need one of those new badges they had on Discovery, where you help your personal HUD unit comes up.
Please, I'll take it. All right, give us a shout out.
And we're taking a break, and we're going to come back up. And
we do this show every week. Well, we try to do it every Sunday night that we're healthy and home and happy and kids are okay. Every Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook and YouTube. Go join our page over there and get notified. Let's give a shout out to the chat room, shall we, Craig?
Okay. I see Jeffrey Byers, John Miller Jr., Mike Robinson. I did not add the extra in there.
Anyone else? Is that it?
Hold on. The webpage started talking to me. Yeah, Clinton Alvord. I think we know that guy. I think we met him before.
Did you say Amy was in there?
Amy Bowen was in there.
Yeah.
Ralph Wangler. Yeah, Amy. There's Amy, and I think that's
it for now.
It.
All right. Well, you can join us if you go over to our Technorama podcast page on Facebook and click the notifications there. Or, as we mentioned, subscribe on YouTube, turn on those notifications. You'll find us when it comes around. We appreciate everybody who does that. And hopefully we'll see you again live in the future, because there's really not much to do on Sunday nights. It's not like we're going out and dancing or anything.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
All right, let's get to the Remember When. I think I have this. Yes. All right. Is it your turn to talk or mine? I lost track.
Yeah, I'll start off.
Go ahead.
This article, I saw this page come up the other day, just the other day. It's actually an article from last year in July, but it was talking about some of the 7 biggest hacks in history.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm talking like data breach kind of hacks. So we have, first off, it says Yahoo. Yahoo back in 2013, they compromised 3 billion people in total. So the company revealed in 2017 that the accounts for every single customer during that time had been breached, including users of Tumblr and Flickr. Well, okay. Number 2 was First American, the financial corporation.
Yeah.
An American real estate and mortgage insurer revealed in May of 2019 that it left 900 million sensitive customer files exposed. The trove of digital documents could have been accessed. You know, somebody that saw it.
All right.
Included on private information, social security numbers, and bank account numbers.
This is another example of how your information is just
autoplay video. Is that what you got?
Yeah, I did. Anyway,
Thanks,
but it's not
CNN
clear
business.
if any of the files were improperly accessed. And, you know, if they were on a clear server, it's probably a good chance they were.
I want to do the next one. All
right, go ahead.
In April, researchers discovered a vast collection of data on Facebook users was publicly exposed on Amazon cloud computing servers. 2 third-party Facebook app developers were found to have stored user data on Amazon servers in a manner that allowed it to be downloadable to the public, according to a report from UpGuard, a cybersecurity firm. It was one of the many data breaches that Facebook had announced over the years. The Federal Trade Commission announced that last week a $5 billion settlement with the company over how the company lost control over massive troves of personal data and mishandled its communications with the users. Why am I not surprised?
I know, right? You can read the next one?
Marriott said last year that someone had gained, quote, unauthorized access to its guest reservation system for nearly 5 years. Wow, talk about not plugging the hole.
And that'll be all right.
We'll patch it next weekend. Oh, you can't patch it next week. We're doing month-end close. Okay, we'll patch it the weekend after that. You can't do it bad. We have guests. Approximately 500 million guests' information could have been accessed. 500, 500 million guests? Is that like the whole list? I don't know. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how many that encompasses in there.
Included names, passport numbers, and credit card details. Wow. Thanks, Marriott. The hotel chain faces a $124 million fine for failing to protect customer data from UK regulators under Europe's tough new privacy rules called General Data Protection Regulation. GDPR, man.
Right. All right. So this one was really embarrassing, not for me, but for a lot of people.
How'd you hear about this, Craig?
In the news.
A friend told me.
Not first-hand information, but Adult Friend Finder, the swinger website. Adult Friend Finder said in 2016 that as many as 412 million users used their personal information, had their personal information exposed, as well as themselves.
I'm just going to say that's not all that was exposed with Adult Friend Finder.
Yeah, then they had the company's second hack. Oh, that was the company's second hack in a year.
You know, that reminds me of that episode of Black Mirror where they were gathering information and then making people do things so they wouldn't be, it's like, we've got your information. We know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Now you have to go, rob a bank.
That's right. Well, this one, you can read it, but I'm going to tell you, this one really bugs me.
Equifax. We've all heard this news story before. Equifax disclosed in 2017 that personal information of as many as 143 million people was compromised. This breach was particularly alarming as Equifax is one of the major companies that tracks credit histories of almost all Americans and sell that sensitive information to banks, credit card companies, and other clients. The company recently reached a deal to pay up to $700 million to state and federal regulators to settle probes related to the incident, the largest settlement ever paid for a data breach. Well, congratulations on setting the record for something.
Yeah. And I was trying to look really quick, but I think, you look at somebody like Equifax, which that's one of the big three that handles credit reporting, for everybody. And then I can after hearing about this story, I keep getting credit card recommendations from Equifax. or it could be Experian. I'm trying to remember which one it is. That's why I was trying to quickly look it up. But I get stuff from them. I'm like, protect your privacy with Equifax. Like have a service, and I'm like, no, that you've proven you can't. That's what bugs the crap out of me.
And a hacker named Paige Thompson is accused of breaking into a Capital One server after gaining access to 140,000 Social Security numbers, 1 million Canadian social insurance numbers, and 80,000 bank account numbers, in addition to an undisclosed number of people's names, addresses, credit scores, credit limits, balances, and other information. I like that, other information. According to the bank and a U.S. Department of Justice complaint filed Monday. In total, more than 100 million Capital One customers' accounts could have been compromised. Oh, goody. What's in your wallet? Not anymore.
Some free and accessible data.
Nothing's in your wallet anymore. We just took it all.
Just put an IP number on my wallet, and it'll just be an open FTP site. Just let it go.
Just says honeypot on his wallet.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's funny.
Take my money, please. Oh, that's right. I don't have any more. Go hack your friend who took all my money. All right. Should we do the Patreon thing? We do have this music lined up because you people are terribly important to us. Thank you. This show is brought to you by you, our patrons. You enable us to keep this show running. And as I mentioned, we have a computer out. It's in need of repair. And I'm sure there's sufficient funds in...
His computer came down with COVID.
...the bank account to repair the power supply or whatever it is. They're still determining that. I should hear back Monday.
So his computer came down with COVID and is currently quarantining.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have a virus as far as I know. So thank you to Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen, Avner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Brian Brown, Chris MC, Dan DeMan Coyer, Danny Mortensen, Dean Jensen, Denise Inglis, Gary Lindros, Harold McKinstry, John Clifford. Thank you, Don Noble. Thank you, Jorga Schrauen, Christina, Kyle Nishioka, Leon, Mark Kilfoyle, Mike Wills. I thought Night Gig Studios was on hiatus.
I don't know. Were they? Yeah. Well, just leave them in there for now.
Okay. Night Gig Studios, you got honorable mention this week. Saturday Morning Media, thank you very much for your donations. Stephen Weshy, I'm going to say that right from now on. Promise.
Weshy.
Steve Therian, Spiffy, Steve Kodiak, and Sweet Steve Lennon, who asked me just yesterday, when's the next Technorama? And I said, usual time on Sunday night. So I hope he's not staying up this late over in Sweden.
You know what? I'm going to do, maybe between the both of us, we both need to do a better job of letting everybody know the weeks we don't record. I think
we usually say it ahead of time. So we'll say, hey, Craig's off next week. We were going to take 1 week off for healing from my nasal surgeries. And then we took a second week off because Don and I had travel plans, but they were canceled at the last minute. So sorry about that. And when we found out that we were not going to LA, it was a little late to pull together a show. And then the laptop or the Mac Mini died this week. So it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Curse you, 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, curse you, 2020.
It's almost over. It's almost over. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much. We give you not only this praise on the show, but a special after show, a conversation between me and Craig on almost any other topic. Sometimes it's related to the show. And get that in a special feed. So for as little as $1 a show, I need the banner up here. Why am I not there? Patreon.com/Technorama podcast. See, I'm starting to get the hang of this now that we're nearing the end of the show, how to run this. Oh, thank you for updating the next segment, Craig. We have a special show for you. So thank you again. Patreon.com/Technorama podcast. Did I just about run out of music on that? Boy, we ran that segment long.
Did we? Wow.
Yes, we did.
We're actually doing pretty good tonight.
18 seconds left. I say we crank it up for the end. Why do I suddenly want to put Christmas lights on my house robotically controlled to that music?
I was going to say excellent.
That's almost like TSO. You know how people do the robotic lights to Trans-Siberian Orchestra? Now listen to this.
Yeah.
This would be good. Christmas lights and snowflakes and stuff flashing. You could do it.
Uh-oh.
What?
I better let Donna know to expect a blip on the budget.
Trust me, it's way too late in the year to start doing that now. People who do that stuff, it takes 3 months to get the lighting and programming right. No thanks. I have other hobbies to suck up my time. All right, where are we now? We are in Past the Remote. Did I put a Past me the Remote? No, because I couldn't remember what the name of the...
I did. I put it right there.
Yeah, you did, but I couldn't find the music in time.
Oh, that's okay.
I miss my soundboard. I really do. I should find a way to export those files at some point, and then I can just dump them on another machine. All right, we have the audio files. I just don't have all the configurations ready to go.
Yeah, as a fan of NASA, I'm surprised you don't have redundant systems there.
Well, the good news is all the content is in the cloud. So we didn't really lose anything off of that machine, and I can program up another soundboard, but we're going to have to do it
What
quick.
do they say about the cloud? It's just somebody else's computer.
It's called commercialized ransomware. You put things on other people's computer and they charge you to hold on to it and say, if you don't keep paying us, we're going to delete your data. That's what they're doing. So in the Past Me the Remote, this is our section of the show where we talk about videos and movies and series and whatnot we watch on Hulu and Netflix and wherever else we consume it. Maybe it's a movie from the theater if we ever got to go do that again. Well, I just finished watching season 3 of Man in the High Castle on Amazon Prime. I watched season 1 originally and started in on episode 1. Well, according to my record, I got up to episode 3, but I don't remember a darn thing about it. But I went back and watched season 2 at the behest of a good friend of mine, Scott Reynolds. Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, you got to watch. You got to watch. You're going to like it." And I said, I kind of liked season 1 because it was, well, it's based on a book by Philip K. Dick of the same name, Man in the High Castle. And I enjoyed that. It was an alternate reality. You know, what if the Japanese and the Germans really won World War II? What would the U.S. look like? What would we be living in? And it was fun from that standpoint. But then you get into this whole thing about, wait a minute, there's people who can cross over in this reality from our reality where the Allies won the war, from their reality and back. So season 2 starts to dig a little deeper into that, and season 3 is ramping up to season 4. So they've got some really interesting plot points in here, and you can sense the struggle in some of these main characters, particularly the American John Smith, who's he's a high-ranking Nazi official in New York. He serves the Reich, but he's torn because, the eugenics policy says anybody with a defect must be destroyed. Well, guess what?
Right.
His son has a defect.
Oh.
And his son is like the picture perfect young junior. And it's really interesting to watch this because you're like, this is wrong. This is so wrong. But I love watching it. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. What they're doing is wrong. But I can't stop watching it. It's so wrong.
Right.
So it's very intriguing. I love what the writers have done. I'm glad Scott talked me back into watching this. If you haven't watched or you stopped watching like I did, please go back. I implore you. Seasons 2 and 3 are worth it, and I can't wait for season 4. Scott and I have a monthly call, and our next call is coming up next Saturday, right after Thanksgiving, and I can't wait. I said, I have so many things I want to talk about this character and where that storyline is going, and what was the point of this plot part, and what do you think is going to happen here? It's a whole lot of fun.
So what did Miss Technorama think about it?
She has not watched. This was my show.
Okay.
We just finished watching season 3 of Killing Eve. We'll get to that again. If we didn't, did we talk about Killing Eve?
No, I don't
okay.
remember talking about that.
And we are currently watching season 4 of The Crown. So we have our together shows.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I started watching the whole series is on there. The Animaniacs from 2020. It's on Hulu.
Very cerebral show.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of the original.
Yeah.
The original for sure. The new one, I started reading some reviews that were kind of no, there weren't really good reviews for it. But I watched it with Harrison, and
Mhm.
I've seen about half of the episodes so far, and I've enjoyed it. I think the original series was a little more on the original side, than the new ones. But I'm not trying. I wasn't trying to dig deep into these, like some of the reviewers. I'm like, well, they sound like they're trying to find a deeper meaning into this. I'm like, it's the Animaniacs. They just make fun of stuff, and I wasn't digging that deep into it, and I've enjoyed it. So, um, anyway, I would recommend.
Did they
at
get
least somebody
older?
checking it out. Hmm?
Did they get older? Because now it's 2020.
No, but the first episode was fun for them catching up. It was like they just almost like they just woke up in 2020 and was catching up on from 1998 forward.
What are the names?
To hear-
Wacko something and Dot?
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, again, I was a fan of the original. The first one was funny because first episode especially because they were catching up with everything. Even Pinky and the Brain, the whole story revolves around the Brain inventing the internet. It was in 1998. He got the idea for the internet and brought it forward. Anyway, you have to watch it.
Oddly enough, last night, November 21st, in 1969, it was the first official permanent connection on the ARPANET between UCLA and SRI. So the first two official of course, the ARPANET is the predecessor to the internet. So, strange you should mention that today.
What was the date on that? Do you remember?
November 21st, 1969.
Oh, really?
I throw a little history segment, mostly about music, into Saturday Night Karaoke.
So I'm older than the internet.
Not by much.
Just by a little bit. By about 11 months.
Your epoch clock is a few thousand seconds ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your birthday? Give it in minus epoch time.
Yeah. People are like, huh? Yeah. That's funny.
Alrighty, that takes us through past the remote. Thank you. And there's more coming because I am halfway through a whole bunch of other stuff. I got to finish up some of these series that I'm watching on Netflix. Currently going through The Liberator, which I think is, I'll talk more about that, but very interesting. What else am I going on? I'm working my way through season 6.
Oh, The Liberator. That's the rotoscoped animated show.
Yes.
I saw that and it's on my list. I wanted to check that out.
Yep.
So what do you think so far?
I'm enjoying it. It's it's kind of like a documentary, but it's not taking the path that the trailer leads you to believe. It's really interesting, but good story about personal relationships and, of course, World War II, all the hardships that the soldiers went through and whatnot. So I'll get to that when we get to that. Probably next week. I should be done with it soon. All right. Let's get on with Geek Library. I think I have music for this. Please play the yes.
Yes.
Something's working.
Okay.
I like that. All right, multiple layers in that track. Study maps the odd structural similarities. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed this. Strange similarities between the human brain and the universe. You ever look at like a map of neurons and it looks kind of like a map of what they think the universe looks like based on, you can't really stand back and take a picture of the universe, but kind of know what it looks like by the cosmic background radiation noise. Well, one fascinating quirk of the universe that is that the shapes and patterns can be found in hugely different contexts. The global spiral can be seen in the human cochlea and the shape of a spiral galaxy. Your inner ear is the shape of a galaxy. Who knew that? The fractal geometry of
Get that
veins.
galaxy out of my ear.
Fractal geometry of veins echoed in the branching of lightning. Well, let's just hope your veins don't blow up. In a bold new pilot study, an astrophysicist and neurosurgeon have bumped it up a notch using quantitative analysis to compare two of the most complex systems in nature: the neuronal network of the human brain and the cosmic network of galaxies in the universe. Who would have thought? Let's see if I can get these images working right here. I see. I'm doing the talking. Yes. And I think we need image 7. That didn't work because I'm not there. Me 7. There. Okay. So what you see in that picture right there is a galaxy. Honest, really. Okay. It's actually not a peculiar comparison. You've seen the image that occasionally gets shared around showing the human neuron and a simulated galaxy cluster side by side, the two looking startlingly similar. And I think I've got that here. There we go. This is your brain cell. This is your brain cell in the universe.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually not a peculiar comparison. I already read that. Okay. But there's a lot more to the human brain and the universe than how it looks. So astrophysicist Franco Vazza of the University of Bologna in Italy, and neurosurgeon Alberto Filetti of the University of Verona in Italy have spent the last few years investigating to determine if the similarities are more than skin deep. Writing in Nautilus Quarterly in 2017, they explained galaxies can group into enormous structures called clusters, superclusters, and filaments that stretch for hundreds of millions of light years. The boundary between these structures and neighboring stretches of empty space called cosmic voids can be extremely complex. Gravity accelerates matter at these boundaries to speeds of thousands of kilometers per second, creating shock waves and turbulence in intergalactic gases. We have predicted that the void filament boundary is one of the most complex volumes of the universe, as measured by the number of bits of information it takes to describe it. This got us to thinking, is it more complex than the brain? Well, the two types of structures differ in size by 27 orders of magnitude. That's billion. But the team's result suggests that while the physical processes that drive the structure of the universe and the structure of the human brain are extremely different, they can result in similar levels of complexity and self-organization, the researcher said. The starting point was working out similarities between the two. The human cerebellum has around 69 billion neurons. The observable cosmic web contains over 100 billion. Off by a little bit, but that's not bad. That's one.
Pretty close.
69 billion, 100 billion. Hey, when it's that many, it's a lot. I don't want to pick that many things up off the floor. Okay.
No.
Both systems are arranged in well-defined networks with nodes, neurons in the brain, galaxies in the universe, connecting via filaments. Both neurons and galaxies have typical scale radius that's only a fraction of the length of the filaments. And the flow of information and energy between nodes is only around 25% of the mass of the energy content of each system. In addition, there are similarities between the composition of the brain and the composition of the universe. The brain has about 77% water. The universe is about 72% dark energy. Okay, so
which is not water.
No, my brain is made up of dark energy, all right. So there's more to read about this very fascinating comparison. Let me see if I can pull this back and get that picture off of Craig's face. There we go.
Right.
More to read
That's
if you go.
Pretty cool though. Actually, I kept thinking of Star Trek Discovery with the mycelial network. How this would compare to something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, I remember early on, looking at fractals, and you see fractals in nature everywhere too.
This
which
makes
is
me
a
think of
common
Doctor
phenomenon.
Who, because he can go anywhere in that network instantly. So does he have spore drive?
Yeah, that's what he has.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they explain it.
Or what was that? The improbability drive?
Yes.
Okay. That takes us to the end of the show. Thank you very much for joining
That's
us.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Rough show.
Galaxy, by the way.
Where were we going? Oh, you can find more information about that by going to our show notes at chuckchat.com/Technorama, episode 619. And you know what? That reads the same upside down. Episode 619. Have fun with that. Our question of the week this week is, what problem of the 1980s and 1990s no longer exists?
Well, from the 1990 dial-up.
My teenage acne?
No. Looking for an album at a record store.
I don't know. That's a terrible problem these days. Have you found
not
an
having
album? Have you looked in a record
looking
store?
for it and not having it.
How about
there you go.
finding the record store?
Yeah, that's right.
Where's Tower Records?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that problem no longer exists. Let's see what our listeners come up with. Let us know.
Or trying to make a mixtape.
I was just talking to Lisa about mixtapes yesterday. Craig, this is really bizarre that you're coming up with all these strange strange things.
All right.
Contact us on the listener line.
This.
Let us know. 707-530-2428. That's 707-530-CHAT. Or email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, we will be posting this to social media next week, and we'll read your answers on the air, just like we always do. What did you do?
Or call in, because it's International Technorama Voicemail Month.
It is. 707-530-2428. Don't miss out. You might be the only one to actually participate, but hey, everyone else will miss out. Just because you do something different doesn't mean you're the crazy one.
Hey, hot tip. You can call us any time of the year. Just saying.
It's not a hot tip. Let's get out of here, shall we? It's been an hour. Let's let them go. If you want to get in touch with us, don't forget, 707-530-2428 is how you get, or go over to the website, chuckchat.com/Technorama. I think it's all settled out. We're posting things, and there's backups happening, and yeah, the website is, finally, after 15 years, we're using HTTPS.
Yeah,
Thank you, Craig, for managing that. I know it's been a few months since we completed that project, but always a nice relief to have that taken care of for us. And what else? Find our podcast wherever you find normal podcasts. Oh, what else happened while we were gone? Podcasting for Dummies 4th edition is available. Let's see if I can put this right over the old poster.
Yeah.
There, right over the old poster. Get the one with the pretty lady on the cover. Not the headphones, pretty lady. Not headphones, pretty lady. Till next time, Craig, give us a binary high five.
All right, 101. Thank you, everybody.
All right, that's been recorded.
Yeah,
that was craziness.
well, we slogged through that one.
Doing the audio and the video and winding up the pictures on people's faces and things on the screen way too long. So that's Technorama. We continue to have fun.
By the way, I need to rearrange this light, because it makes the light coming in my glasses makes it look like I'm wearing
Coke bottles,
glass. Makes them look like they're huge, but they're not.
Missile. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
It's a free country.
Thank you
for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop you from moving a lamp around. Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube. We're going to record the Patreon show in just a few minutes, and we'll talk to you all next week. See ya.
Right. Bye, everybody.